we'll kindly welcome Minister Hawke. We have the pleasure of his attendance here representing the Prime Minister, and has kindly joined us this evening to deliver an address. Thank you, Minister.
I want to start by acknowledging traditional owners of the lands that we meet on, both here in Canberra and also there in Sydney in your beautiful temple, and share a small story with you, if I may, for a moment of personal joy. You know, when I was a child in Western Sydney, my mother's favourite beach was actually Palm Beach, and every week, 2 weeks in summer, we'd go up to Palm Beach. And as a child, you know, one of the few memories I have that always stands out is your beautiful temple there. The impact it has. It was always a sign that we were getting close to the beach. It was always a milestone, and probably one of the first experiences I had where my mother would tell me this was the Baha'i community, which didn't really mean much to me as a child. But of course, I can still remember those journeys every time I see it. As you crest the road up there on Motorvale Road, you know, it's a stunning location and a very well-known icon in Sydney, I think, that many people remember all of their lives. I do thank the Office of External Affairs Baha'i for putting together today, and obviously this is a significant occasion that we're coming together. I briefly just want to echo the Prime Minister's words in thanking the Baha'i community. All of the work that you do makes such a significant difference to the lives of so many people, and the spirit of selfless service is a beautiful theme for the evening celebration, and certainly one theme that we know is going to be needed to get us through the recovery from a very difficult, traumatic 18 months for the world and for Australia and all of us here in Australia as a community. We know the theme is exemplified by your community through your acts of generosity. You know, the service you've given since the community first migrated here to Australia back in the 1920s. The Baha'i community has an amazing reputation in Australia, and your commitment to youth and interfaith dialogues in particular really speaks to social cohesion, and the great work that you do in fighting prejudice is deeply valued by the Australian government, but also by all Australians. And the integration that we've seen from the Baha'i community has been so successful. So thank you for everything that you do. You do obviously play a great contribution as well with Australian values, and we speak a lot about Australian values, but aligning with values of equality, respect, freedom, and religious tolerance in Australia. These are our iconic Australian values, and we do thank the Baha'i community as well for your contribution to that. We've had a very difficult 18 months, and I'm aware that there is much harm to people in the community. There's a lot of mental health concerns. A lot of people have lost loved ones overseas and been unable to cope with that grief, or deal with them, or visit them, or you know, in their own way, in their own faith tradition, of course, pass people away. So there will be a lot to come now, a lot of healing, a lot of work to do with each other, and this will be a time where I think faith will play an important role, and obviously the Baha'i community will do that as well. I will say, as Immigration Minister as well, I'm always very conscious of developments in Iran, and obviously the persecution that people face. Minorities of all flavours in some countries face ongoing persecution, and I'm very conscious of that when I recommend the humanitarian program to the Australian government, and how we will comprise the humanitarian program. So I thank the community for the ongoing feedback that we have about persecution and issues back in Iran. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I hope my good friend and colleague Jason Falinski is with us now. I know he's trying to be with us, and he's a passionate advocate. He speaks a lot in Parliament, and he speaks a lot about his commitment to the Baha'i community. So thank you again.